When you think of me, you should think of fire.
So the Ruska Roma was introduced in John Wick 3. What is it about this sector of the John Wick world that fascinates you the most in exploring this in Ballerina?
Well, I like we didn't get to see much of how the training evolves within the Ruska Roma, and we get a sense of it. So it was always interesting to me about how those two connect. The study of ballet and the discipline of ballet, and how that, the director, Anjelica Huston's character, would kind of have the students train in ballet to prep them while they're going through fight training. And it's an interesting, different idea. And it was one that felt just new and kind of weird in a good way. And so that was a fun world to flesh out more.
Yeah. And with a title like Ballerina and being introduced to this side of Ruska Roma, there's dance involved. How can you tease dance being incorporated in some of the fight choreography we're going to see?
I don't necessarily. There was a lot of talk about because when you think of ballet, how that's incorporated into the fights. And it's more, again, it goes back to, at least with me, about the discipline of it than necessarily the pirouette that ends in a kick, not really necessarily that kind of thing going on. So it's really the training and what mentally that person has to go through.
And speaking of mentally what someone has to go through, what was it like for you to step into this established world of John Wick? Did you have any type of hesitations signing on as director?
I didn't have any hesitations. It was a pretty quick yes for me. It's the kind of action that I really love, and I know that it's between Chad and Keanu and what's been created. There's a real love and respect and kind of a reverence for developing the action, which excites me, and that becomes a focus is the best thing for me to be involved in, where everybody on board knowing this action has to be really mapped out, really taken care of, is something that I just enjoy doing. So there wasn't much hesitation other than just the John Wick of it all, of I want to make sure that people knew this was not trying to do a female John Wick. It was her own character, and John Wick is the legend that he is. That would be the only thing, but most of it just excitement to go into it.
Yeah. And so my last question for you, what are you excited for John Wick fans to see in Ballerina? I'm
excited for them to see the training part of it, of just how somebody in that world, we know a lot of the layers of that world, and we've seen, but we haven't experienced yet of what it's like for somebody to come into it new and train and kind of become into the world that they're aware that John Wick is operating in. So that side of it, and then just really fun, clever sequences that I think they're going to love if they're action fans like myself, and to really see what Anna does in this character. I think I can't wait for them to see.
Well, I can't wait to see it, honestly. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.